Good morning, everyone. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. Let me move this basil out the way. Today, we're going to start planting the seeds that we selected last night. And I'm so excited for the fall crops. I've already put some soil in some of these little pots because I group plant. I do not separate. I used to, but I found that took up a lot of space. I don't want to drop my my lemongrass. I'm trying to move it over. I found that took up a lot of space that I didn't have in the house, and these are going in the house. Let me pull this up. I start all of my seeds inside. First, I put the soil in here, and I'm doing this outside because it's nice and cool out here. I started indoors though. Put the seeds in, I put it in a dark place, and once they sprout, I put it under the grow lights. It is warm out here, but it's too warm. The seeds will struggle. So I'm not gonna put them outside because these are fall crops and I don't wanna, they're not used to the brutal sun. I'm not gonna put these out here probably until the end of August, depending. Every year is different. So I have some pots here that I put soil in. I have some extra pots here just in case I decide to plant more. I'm gonna put those over there. I've already wet the soil, so we're gonna go through. There are some of these seeds that we selected last night that are going to go directly into the soil. Beets are one of them, so that's not gonna get planted. So let's move to the ones I like the most. First, we're gonna do our Swiss Chard. And because I like Swiss Chard so much, I am going to put that in a big planter. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Put it in a big old planter. Or should I? I can never decide. How many Swiss Chard do I have? Oh, 1, 2, 3 Swiss Chard. So this one is Ford Hook Giant. This one is Orange Swiss Chard. And this one is mixed colors. So I think I'm just gonna use this one right here. So we have our mixed colored Swiss Chard, which is a lot of seeds. And I hedge the entire around all of this with Swiss Chard. I have some out there. Bright Light Swiss Chard is in here also. So I have some out here, but I wanna use this one. Bright Lights Swiss Chard. Which one is this? This one is mixed colors. So these seeds are super old. How many do I need? And they're not that small. Look at this. I have to move around the table so y'all can see. They're not small seeds. So I can see where I'm putting them. So I'm just gonna sprinkle them in, move them around so they have their own little space. And because these seeds are super old, I think they're 3 years old, I'm gonna put some of these mixed colors in here also. I told you that I group plant, right? I don't waste any space. And I'll get them out. It's not easy to get them out, but I'll get them out. I always do. I always do. Some people are like, why are you planting so much seeds? I got a lot of landscape to cover. A lot. And I know that Swiss Chard is cold tolerant. So it's probably not going to go nowhere unless it gets super cold for an extended period of time. So I'm going to move this one around. These two are directly on top of each other. I am spacing them out. Not much though. Not much. Yep, Jamerica's putting more in there. Got about 20, 30 seeds in here. For good reason. All right, so I planted the Bright Lights Swiss Chard and the mixed color Swiss Chard in that one right there. All right, we're not gonna cover it up yet because I'm gonna show you what they look like. So this one can go, I need to put it somewhere where it's not gonna get wet. Put it right there. Next one is going to be our Ford hook. Fell out of packet, fell out of the bottom. Ford hook giant. I think that one was the one that I planted not this year, but the year before, and it got caught in the frost. It died back and came right back up. So if it looks like it passes away, do not dig your stuff up. Just leave it there. Leave it there. Because sometimes, a lot of the time, the roots are still good. And if the roots, any part of the roots of a Swiss chard is still alive, it's going to come back. So I put about 15 seeds in here. Nah, I'm going to stop. Stop. Girl, you're going too far. Put some of them back in here. Some people would say that it's a waste of seeds, but I don't waste my seeds. I plant them in the yard. I do not. I separate them and I plant them. You know, some people, I mean, do not like separating, but I don't mind. Sometimes I mind. I gotta take that back. Sometimes I mind and I fuss at myself and say, why did you do that? But I know why I do it. Because of space. I only have so much space to start these seedlings in. My grow space is not big inside, so I have to make room, especially initially. You know, sometimes I don't separate them. I separate them out in the yard and put them. I mean, I harden them off in the container, and I put them out in the yard. That's how they get separated. You're not supposed to do that. That's not good to do, but you know, do what you have to do to survive, right? Sometimes I don't have room to put them in little separated pots. I may want to, but I can't. So I believe they grow better when they're grouped together. So this one is the orange Swiss chard. This came up. This is pretty. Orange Swiss chard is pretty. And I have a handful of seeds, but this has too much soil in it. Way too much. I forgot my gloves. I should have gloves on. Oh well. You only live right. You only live once, right? All right. There are worse things I could be putting my hands on, like a railing at the subway or a doorknob at work. So we're gonna put the orange Swiss chard in this little cup, and I'm moving them around, trying to get them separated so they're not all piled up right on top of each other. Just get them all in there. And take the little packet. I have these in plastic packets, all right? Which is not good, but it's good when you're dealing with water because you don't want your seeds to get wet. They'll either mold or they'll sprout on you in the bag. You don't want that. So we have our Swiss chard in here. I'm gonna bring you close so you can see how I space them out. It's not much. It's maybe 1/8 of an inch apart, if that. I just try not to get them, I'm stuck on my finger. Try not to get them right on top of each other. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Spread them out just a little bit. If there's any big logs in your soil, take them out. Okay. Let me show you what I did, and then we'll cover this up. These seeds are easy to see. You see how I tried to separate them? Tried to keep them on their own. Some of them don't want to be on their own, but I try. See that? Okay, because these seeds are pretty big, I can put about 1/8 of an inch on there, and they'll break through. If they were smaller, I might not cover them at all. The smaller the seed, the less you cover them. Some of them you just spray in and hope for the best, like callaloo, or a lot of the herb seeds, you just spray them on top. But since these are pretty big, they're bigger than a tomato seed, I'm just gonna cover them with enough soil so that they can, they can stand up. So I have some loose, dry soil that I'm just gonna sprinkle on top of these to cover them up. If I see any logs, I'll just throw them to the side or put them in my my other plants so that, you know, they need mulching anyway. It's hot out here. The more mulch you have, the better off it is. So we're just covering them. There's all kind of stuff in this thing. Just covering them up with some loose soil. Get any debris, any big sticks out. Although these seeds are strong enough to get through, I don't want them to, I want them to have as much freedom as possible. Starting a new life. Well, they're being woken up after an extended stay in those packets. See that? Make sure you cover them up. Because when you water, if you don't cover them up, they'll come up. It's like they come up out of the ground. All right. Roly Poly is on a stick. I'm not gonna kill him. He's like, please, please, somebody help me. Why am I being moved around? All right, so I got everything covered up. I want to leave enough room, and I'm patting it down. I want to leave enough room so that when I water, it doesn't puddle over. So there's a lip on most containers that'll let you know, stop, the stop line. They don't, and when you buy containers, they don't count normally. You order containers, they don't count this top lip as a part of the inches of the container. So that's nice to know, right? So if you're ordering 5 inches, a 5-inch pot, you'll probably get 5 inches and an extra inch, which will measure out to 6. You'll be like, oh, they gave me a 6-inch pot. No, there's a line there. A line there. They give you space to water. Okay, so I need to get some water, and we're gonna water this in. I have rainwater here. Y'all want to see me get it? Let's get it, because I don't have a hose. I do it the old-fashioned way, the best way I know how right now. Till I go and buy a hose. It's just that I haven't went and got one. There's no excuse. I just don't feel like going to the store to get one. Or I should order one online. Although I don't like the stuff online because you can't touch it. You don't know what you're gonna get until you get it. So let's go ahead and get some rainwater. All right, like Montel say, this is how we do it. Showing you all my secrets. Isn't that rustic? That is as rustic as it gets. But it works. It's all rainwater, free water. Turn it off. Willful waste makes the wishful wants, right? And we're gonna take it over here. And then I'm gonna water it. It's already wet. It's just the top portion that I'm trying to get damp. So it's not gonna take a lot. Last thing I wanna see is seeds popping up. See that? That's a seed right there. So I'm gonna just take it and stick it back in. Here's another one. Gotta water that. See a seed? Take my finger, stick it back in. Like whack-a-mole. It's a moringa seed, moringa leaf. Get a little bit more water. Okay, so this one is done. Swiss Chard is in. So this is what we did. Orange Swiss Chard is here. Ford hook is right here. And the multicolored Swiss Chard and the bright lights is in here. Can you tell that I do not discriminate against who I get the seed from? I got it from everywhere. From the Dollar Tree to, that's probably from Amazon. M.I. Gardner. And you can see over there, I got some, this is Homestead Heart. I get it from everywhere. I get whatever I want. If I see it at the store, I got these from the supermarket. I mean, I get it from wherever I can. So get the things you want and don't discriminate against different, seed companies. They're all pretty much the same. So go ahead and get your seeds. But this is what we have. Orange, Swiss Chard, yay. We got the mixed colors and the bright lights. And then over here we have the Ford Hook Giant. Keeps on falling over, doesn't want to stand up. So this is your friendly reminder. You should be seeing this video in no less than 2 days or no more than 2 days, because I know that everybody needs to start planting. I got a reminder from another YouTuber. I was like, and I typed into her chat, is it time already? And she said, yeah, get planting. Wait a minute, my seeds are blown away. Let me get this back. Pick these up. I need these seeds. I don't like buying stuff over and over again. And I don't mind the packets getting wet because I got them in plastic bags, with the exception of this one, which is not a good thing. And I got a couple of seeds in here. But I mean, where's my seeds for this one? I got everything in plastic bags in here. All of them. All of them are in like little plastic bags, because I know me. I don't like the plastic bags because sometimes they mold. If you get water in here, they'll mold on you. But it's better than having the packet get wet and you don't have any protection for your seeds. So this is just a friendly reminder to everybody. Go ahead and get planting. Fall is coming. Fall is coming. I know it's July. I know it's mid-July. Mid-July is when you should be planting if you're down south. Up north, well, your season is super short. I know we in New York, we started planting. I think we started our seedlings in May. We got them in the ground, I think in late June. And by August, September, it started getting cold. This was years ago. I remember going to school with the jacket on in September for Labor Day. So your season is shorter, and then it gets, by the end of October, it's probably going to be cold. At least in New York it is. I forget what zone that is. I'm in 9A. So my season is all the way till December. But these, down south, it's time for the fall crops. All you people down south, basically, yeah. 7, 8, maybe not 7. 7B, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, and 10, we could probably grow all year round. I hate to say it. We get a couple of freezes. I'm in 9. I'm in zone 9. So some of the things that I do, some other people can't do. If you're way up north, well, you probably have to do hydroponics or grow inside in a greenhouse. But you can still do it. If you get a greenhouse and a heater, you can still grow all year round. Or you get one of those grow tents and put it in your house. I don't like those things because I think they bring bugs. I could see, and I'm afraid of cockroaches. I could see that being a haven for bugs. Maybe not. But I have plants inside, and I don't think I have a bug problem. But if you see one, it's already too late. There's already a million of them crawling around. But you can get grow tents. You can set up a room with some UV lights, or shop lights work. They work. That's what I bought. I didn't go and buy any special. This hat. I didn't go and buy any special UV lights or horticulture lights. They're too expensive. I went and got shop lights. That's what's running my grow station, and they work just fine. For seedlings, that is. I try to get the plants out of there after a couple of months, because then they start to, it's not high enough. They start getting burnt and all that stuff. But they work. Shop lights work, and they're way less expensive. Way less expensive. You get those. Hey, Rick, us gardeners over the cold sometimes. You just gotta know how to economize. You gotta know. You gotta think about it. And look at the lumens. I can't forget what the lumens have to be. I think it was 50, 55. I forget. Look it up yourself. That's what counts. The lumens. Lumens. I believe that's how you spell it. Lumens. Look at the lumens. Research it. And go ahead and get some shop lights with some ultraviolet rays. Because that's what they use. And this is how I knew something was up. We had plants at work, right? And those lights, you know, the lights in the office, those plants were flourishing. We had one, what was it, a pothos? What was it? I think it was a pothos. It was running all the way across this lady's cubicle, and it looked like a forest. I mean, on the top of her bin, her storage bin, you know, overhead one, it ran all the way. I had some too. Ran all the way across. So that's when I knew that buying horticulture lights was, you know, probably gonna be inflated. Prices are probably gonna be inflated. Go ahead and get some shop lights. and you know, if you're in one of those states like here in Texas, everybody think that because you're growing stuff, you're growing some you know, other stuff, some medicinal stuff, and you're not. I mean, I grow food. I don't care who comes back here. Well, I do care because it's my property, but they could fly drones over here all they want. They ain't gonna see nothing but a cabbage. That's it. Anyway, this is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. Get your fall stuff planted. Yay! It's going to start cooling off. We got about a month and a half till it cool off. But it's going to cool off, and it's going to stay cool down here in Texas in zone 9A. It's going to stay cool until about December. It's going to be manageable. It might be in the 80s. For us, cool is about 80s. And man, I love brassicas. You know, weird. So if you watch a couple of months back, I was saying, I love nightshades, and I love squash, and I love watermelon. And now I want my brassicas back. You know, you never miss your water till your well run dry. Anyway, this is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. Go ahead and start planting. This was the planting of our Swiss Chards, multiple Swiss Chard, multiple. I'll see you on the next one, all right? Bye.